The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dito po sa PHLV Radio in Las Vegas. I'm Josie Moralidad Zayman from the Filipino American Cancer Care. Ibang klase itong aking microphone. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not really used to speaking in front of the camera, but I'm trying my very best. And yung ating radio show is almost 5 years na dito sa PHLV. Thank you so much to our station manager, Johan. Again, this is Filipino American Cancer Care on the Air with FACC. Good morning, magandang umaga sa inyo dyan sa Pilipinas. By the way, malapit na yung ating biggest or major fundraising event of the Filipino American Cancer Care. Ito yung Fashion for Compassion. It is going to be held at the Hyatt Regency in Reston, Virginia. And yung ating mga models, they're coming from different states. And some are actually coming from the Middle East, like Dubai, and we have some from Canada. We have some models coming from Texas, California, Florida. Saan pa ba? Ang dami. I can't even, remember all the states, but I guess, we are thankful for the support of everyone para po sa FACC, Fashion for Compassion. Now, bago natin ipagpatuloy yung discussion about this upcoming event by the Filipino American Cancer Care, I would like to introduce sa inyo ngayong gabi yung isa sa mga ambassadors ng Filipino American Cancer Care. And we are thankful to have her tonight. And of course, kasama niya yung kanyang gwapong-gwapo, very good-looking boy. My favorite boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to first introduce you to our ambassador, a little bit of information about her. As a result of cancer, her family's history has been deeply affected since she lost her brother when he was 32 years old, as well as multiple family members and friends. And she recently had her sister diagnosed with breast cancer twice and is now in her first year of recovery. To her, any cause that helps find a cure for cancer or provide support to cancer patients and their families is extremely important. It is for this reason that when her friend, she has a friend named Eliza. Eliza is a very nice lady who is also one of our models. I'm very thankful to Eliza. Maraming salamat. She was introduced by Eliza to the Filipino American Cancer Care. She was not able to resist the invitation. And then this is the first time, it was the first time when she joined last February, the VIP runway. And we would like to ask her, how was her experience, because she is a Latina. My last name is Spanish, moralidad, before I got married, which means morality in English. But anyhow, I would like to introduce po sa inyong lahat yung ating FACC ambassador. We have Gabriela Alvarez. Hi, Gabriela. Gabriela, how do you want me to call you?
You can call me Gabby.
Oh, Gabby. Thank you so much, Gabby. I like that name. I like that nickname. And we have
close friends and family calls me Gabby.
That's a very nice name.
Yeah.
And we have her son, no? I think if you can introduce your son, Gabby, to all our viewers tonight. Would you like to introduce Lex to all our viewers?
Sure. First of all, good evening to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Hola a todos. Buenos días, buenas noches, buenas tardes a la audiencia, amigos y amigas. My name is Gabriela Alvarez, and I am so honored and proud to say that I'm an ambassador for the Filipino American Cancer Care, a cause that goes deeply into myself. As 20 years ago, I lost my brother through cancer, and that's how the journey has begun. And there's been over 20 years that we have provided services to cancer, the entire family.
Yeah.
Hace 20 años yo perdí a mi hermano por cáncer, y para la audiencia latina ha sido muy difícil. Él tenía solo 32 años y fue muy difícil perderlo. Además de a él, tuvimos muchos familiares que también fueron afectados por el cáncer. Muchos han muerto y otros se han recuperado. Pero nuestra causa empezó hace 20 años, cuando al perder a mi hermano decidimos todos hacer algo o tener algo en contribución con la causa. So yeah, and I'm gonna do bilingual.
Yeah,
so
no worries. Yeah.
To like understand also what I'm saying. I feel like the community or the Latin community are maybe not aware of all of our resources, right? And everything that we can provide for them. So
yeah, but you know, when we had this free cancer screening last year,
with that said, there's
most of our beneficiaries are from the Spanish community, from the Latino community.
And I feel like that's where we are not maybe implementing the resources that we can give our community or our Latin community. And I want to be a voice for them. I want to let them know that we have resources. We can assist you. Con eso lo que digo es que nosotros tenemos recursos en los cuales le podemos ayudar. Mucha gente no está enterada de la Asociación de Filipino América del cuidado de cáncer, y nosotros tenemos muchos eventos que hacemos mensualmente, en los cuales son gratis y ustedes pueden ir a hacerse un examen, saber si tienen cáncer, si no, si tienen dudas, hablar con algún doctor, alguien que les ayude. Para poder evitar que continuemos teniendo desafortunadamente casos de cáncer, simplemente porque las personas no tienen recursos y no pueden accesar, ya sea porque no tienen recursos monetarios o porque no tienen un seguro. Entonces, si ustedes que me están escuchando tienen un caso de cáncer o alguna inquietud o algo en que les podemos ayudar, tal vez no con ustedes, pero con algún familiar o amigo, por favor, comuníquense conmigo en Facebook, en Instagram, y nosotros les vamos a poner en contacto con nuestra asociación para poder ayudarles. With that said, I was just telling our Latin viewers that there are so many resources that they may be not aware of our resources and the services that we provide for people that do not have maybe the monetary resources to have an exam, or maybe they do not know or have a doctor, or have perhaps they don't have insurance. So we do have a lot of different things that we can provide. We have days and locations, and they can go and get tested, or maybe their friends or their friends or family. So please, if you have any person that you know, any Latin, any ethnicity, first of all, and you need to get in contact with somebody, please reach me on Instagram and Facebook, and I will ensure that I will get to you, and then we can provide you the resources that you may need. And if we don't have the resources, we will ensure that we can provide you maybe guidelines and where you can go. But please reach out to us. We are here to help you. And that's what I just say in Spanish for our viewers.
Yeah. Now, Lex, how old is Lex?
And now I would like to introduce my son. This is Lexter.
Does he know how to speak
He is the
Spanish?
coolest
Yes,
kid.
I
He
do.
is my
Mm.
13-year-old son,
How
and
old are you, Lex?
I'm 13.
he is
13.
all for the
What
above.
is your height now?
My height is 5'5" right now.
Oh, 5'5".
I think he's a little taller than that.
You think so?
Maybe.
I think he has grown a lot. We just haven't done the measurements.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to make sure that you're 5'10".
I think really, really soon he's gonna be taller than mommy.
Uh-huh. And probably next month or the next 2 months, right? Every month you grow. So tell
Maybe.
us about yourself, Lex.
Um, I am a person who loves botanic pathology and biomedical engineering.
Oh my gosh, my husband works with a pathologist.
Oh,
He writes
really?
the law for them. Yeah. You like pathology, huh?
It's always been a dream to work within a federal agency and
Mm-hmm.
people, including immigrants and agriculturists around the world to improve our planet and pollution around every region. And it's mostly been great studying how the world works.
Mm-hmm. Gabriela, your son seemed to be a very smart young man. Is he an A student? Are you an
Yes,
A student?
I know he's very humble, and we are very humble too.
Mm-hmm.
He is my gift from God. I'm a woman of faith, and I believe, and he has been one of my two gifts that God has given me. I have a 21-year-old daughter,
How many
and
kids do you have?
two. Nicole
Mm-hmm.
is 21, and Lexer is 13.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both in beautiful, different path of their lives. But Lexer, at his young age, has been blessed with capabilities that many kids don't have. He will be joining the Biomedical Engineering Academy, the first in the state. And he is moving to the high school where he's gonna solely
At a
dedicate.
young age?
Yeah, he is dedicating himself to biometrical engineering,
Mm.
and he has his white coat ceremony where he was going to be given the white coat on August 15th. So we're
Mm-hmm.
very proud of him. And
So
then
you're in high school now.
he will start his
Yes.
journey as an academy. It's kind of like it's a new view of how I think the education moving forward is going. So he will be in high school, but it will be a different branch within the high school that just tackles his just what he's gonna be measuring on or graduating from.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be biometrical engineering. Yes.
So what made him decide at a very young age to study
He
something about this?
well, I leave that up to Lex, but he really was selected, so that was a blessing.
Out of how many students?
I believe 50.
50? And you're the only one, or how many are you?
There are a few.
I think around 30 or so.
Mm-hmm.
What actually made me decide this is I have been studying from the age of 10 about how plants work, how ecosystems work, how food chains work, where we stand in it, and how we can improve our Earth's health, and about global standpoints and how they help our ecosystem and how we can improve our global work. Like everybody in our planet, I want everybody to work together in a more kind and hopeful way towards a bigger cause, like warming or global pollution or the ripping of our atmospheres.
So would you like to be a scientist?
Yes and no. I have two areas I want to explore, but I think, yeah, maybe.
Lecture believe the health cancer and so many other diseases can be tackled from agriculture and how we live. And that's where he was saying that. But yeah, maybe he can add more to that. But
Yeah.
Was he always an achiever? Were you always like, you like to read, you like to study? Oh,
yes.
yeah. What motivated you at a very young age?
My both
Gabriela,
parents.
he should be like doing a lot of fun, playing with friends.
he's one of a kind.
I don't really I'm trying to prepare myself for college and a greater education. I'm trying to learn ways that I can improve myself, and I choose not to hang out as much with my friends, not because like that I don't want to, but more of because I want to study more things and get more things in my brain
And
to study.
with that said, I was very concerned about this. And Lex has chosen to leave his friends from kindergarten to pursue this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So he is moving along
Mm-hmm.
to a whole new school with whole new teachers and people that he doesn't know, just because he believes that he can contribute in a way to a better future. And we were very concerned as parents, but he has teach us, my husband and I, and our family, our daughter, that he pursues something that he ambitious and see in a different level. And he thinks that by leaving all that behind, he can be a better asset for our future generations.
What is your IQ, Lex?
We do not
I
know yet.
actually don't know.
Mhm.
Lex is a very special case. He's not going to be tested until he's 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
So, in your point of view as a mother, as a wife, as having Lex, a very smart boy, what are the biggest challenges you face in raising kids in this country, and how have you addressed them?
Okay, so, and that's where my new advocacy came into my life. I have always, I had many advocacies. I started when I was 15 years old. Due to bullyism, in Costa Rica, when I lived there, I was always called a chubby kid, right? I was a fat little girl. I was not pretty. So I couldn't have a boyfriend, and kids didn't like me because I was too fat, accordingly to them. And somehow through that, I got into bullyism and anorexia. I almost died from that. My mom saved me. My mom is still alive. She's 89 years old. Thank you, Lord, for having her yet. She saved me when I was 87 years old and told me that there was so much more to life than me and how I look. At that point in my life, I start understanding what life was. And an image of a person is not who defines that person, right? There
Mm-hmm.
is much more context and value to a person from her heart, her core, her mind, and her talents that are given by God. So with that, I was able, it took me a long time to get healed from that mental disability, because that is what it is. There is a mental disability that you don't fit the rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 19 years old, I got married. I was very young. With that, there was something that I was never able to excel in school because I was always behind. And I find out that I had ADHD, which is
Mm.
nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
At that point, like in Costa Rica, third world country, there was no such a thing as having a disability of your IQ and how you learn, and they
Mm-hmm.
expect you to like have your 24 courses at the minimum of 80 or 85, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was never the brightest kid. And that took a toll on me, to be honest with you, Jose. I didn't feel, and I had many professors and teachers would even pull me down on my challenges because they didn't understood what was that. There were no such a thing as having a mental disability or having, you just have to fit the rest in the curriculum, and if you don't, you're stupid, right? Or
Yes, right.
so I encounter all those challenges, and then somehow my sister lived here. She came in to do her master's around the world and ended at Virginia Tech, and then fall in love and got married. And when she had her first baby girl, my niece, I came in on my vacation from school and came here and met who is today my husband. So, and that's how I came here. So I was very young when I came here. I was 15 years old the first time I came here, and I was 19 years old when I got married with my husband here. But maybe that was a blessing in my life, because with that, I was going to be able to provide services to my son, not just to others, but with that challenge, I was able to like progress in life and have different careers, not the one that I have today, but I have multiple careers. Having ADHD never not allow me to be successful. I'm a very successful woman. I'm a professional woman. I excel every day of my life. I continue to educate myself every single day. Just now I started my last specialty. So in a year, I hope to graduate from that one, and that will be my last course in school at my age. So it's never late to pursue a career or schooling. And that's what I teach my kids.
Education.
There is no such a thing about ADHD or any other disease that can avoid or enable you from pursuing a career.
On reaching your dream.
Correct.
Now for Lex, I have follow-up question with him. What qualities do you admire most about your mom, and how has your mom influenced who you are today?
I think my mom's best qualities are how she works and how she multitasks everything, and how she has the ability to still have energy to cook and clean for the family.
Despite of your busyness,
Um,
or
I think,
despite of her busyness.
yeah, I think that over the COVID-19 pandemic, um, I overheard a lot of her work, and it got me interested in the federal government, and that's what caused me to come into what I am today, trying to study how cancer works and how it multiplies, or how to kill it off when it's younger, and how to study ways that cause cancer to be more apparent in areas of the world or less in other areas. She kind of influenced me on that part, but the rest I handled on my own, and I found my own passions that way.
Tell us about your experience last February during the VIP runway in the Maryland Theater, and at the same time with the Presidential Volunteers Awards night at the Pinay Kitchen. You were part of that event for Filipino American Cancer Care. What was it like for you?
Um, well, I wasn't really doing much. So when I heard about volunteering for it and that it was for a good cause, I obviously moved all my plans for later dates and focused all my attention to that. The ACC runway, it was an amazing experience. First time ever doing something like that. It was amazing for me. Not a model, but for a good cause, and knowing what people would have a benefit from it.
So you enjoyed, you had a great time. meeting people.
Yes.
How about you, Gabby or Gabriela?
Yes, for me, it was an honor to help you and to help our Filipino American Cancer Care nonprofit organization. First of all, it was an honor for me to be able and for you to accept me as a supporter to your cause. You are a remarkable woman that has gone through so much, and through your experience, you were able to create this amazing organization in which you help not just Filipinos and Americans. You are targeting audience and people that need the care no matter where they're from, Josie. So congratulations to you. I am so proud to be part of your organization because of the amazing individual that you are.
Oh,
Your
thank you
heart,
for your kind words.
yeah, your heart is goal and is huge.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yes.
work. And I couldn't resist when Eliza, my dear friend, told me about it. As soon as she said it was cancer, she didn't know. But oh my God, I said, cancer? And that was my thing. It was like, tell me more about it. Why? Because she didn't know cancer goes to my roots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into what my advocacy is and what I have done so much to support in the past and through my years. So not only here, but in Costa Rica. And you know, for those that don't know, I was born in Costa Rica and then just came here, and now that's where my home is, and this is my second home. And so I am privileged to be able to help both worlds and all the rest of the world that needs me, right? For the cause, because you touch so much more than that. So me being an extension of what you support just made me more humble, more appreciative of what the gifts that God has gave me and being here with you.
Mm-hmm. Can you
Um,
share a personal story or experience that
yeah,
deepened your commitment to these causes or cause?
absolutely. And what I couldn't say no is because about 20 years ago, I lost my brother, Henry. Henry was a remarkable individual, handsome, happy, full of life, married with a 6-year-old daughter, plays soccer. Somehow he got hit playing soccer and he thought that, oh my God, this is maybe something that I had through the ball that hit me. No, that was testicular cancer. And we went to, I mean, not me because I was here, but my mom and the rest of my family that was in Costa Rica were able to take him. And they didn't think it was something normal. So they sent him to more testing. And we find out that he had cancer. Our family has been very humble. We've been from very humble upbringings. You know, we never rich. We were a poor family from Palmares, Costa Rica. So we actually pitched, and all of us, to be able to provide the best care for him. The doctor decided that the cancer was in a level that needed to be surgical removed. So he had testicular cancer surgery
At a very young age.
at 31.
Mm-hmm. Was
And
he married at the time?
he was married and with a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through that. We went through chemotherapy, radiation. I took several short time and long time disability periods during that time to go to Costa Rica and help. At one point, it got really hard for my family, my parents, and others, even for his wife. So at the end of the day, I learned a lot through the hospital and through all the classes that we took to provide services for him, because we took care of him at home. So
Mm-hmm.
we will have nurses coming in 2-3 days a week, but ultimate, we were the ones giving the care, the injections, the oxygen, everything he requires. Because at that point we learned that the surgery 2.5 years later did not work. So he was now at the stage where they give him only 6 months.
Mm-hmm. So he was able to live for how many years?
2.5 years after
Mm-hmm.
the diagnosis, the surgery, the chemo, the radiation, they were only 2.5 years long.
Mm-hmm.
After that, was able to leave. He died before 33. He was like
Mm-hmm.
32 and a half.
How old were you at the time?
I was in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And I spent months in Costa Rica taking care of him. I was able at the end to be strong enough during my youthness that I cannot even believe how God gave me the strength to do that, because no one else from my family was able to be there for him in his last days. So to make the story short, at the end of the time, it became just 1 week where I didn't took a shower, I didn't eat, I didn't left his side until he passed away. So he
Mm-hmm.
passed away holding my hand at 9:05 on August 14, which in Costa Rica, Mother Day is August 15. So with that said, my mom never had a Mother's Day again since then. So yeah, that was very, it was very, it was an experience in all different levels
Yeah.
who made me who I am. But that does not stop there. During my 15, 14 years old, my cousin Steven, who we grew up, we were going to high school together and everything, he simply had a pain on his hip. Nothing wrong with that. It was bone cancer.
Mm-hmm.
He died 6 months after that. So when I say cancer, cancer has taken away so many members of my family.
Yeah.
And so many other members have had every other single type of cancer. I even had cancer cells removed from my own body. So yeah, so it comes to me.
Mm-hmm. Are
So
you scared of cancer?
yes, I am, and I have done every single research on my own, paying out of pocket, to know where my chances and what the cancer can be on me. Last year, I got the final results, and they were very rewarding because, according to the genetic test, I don't have to worry about anything else. Maybe just skin cancer, right? Like the ones that they have removed, but not anything else. And I was very relieved because that goes also once a mom gets the genetic testing
Mm-hmm.
for cancer, it falls for your daughters, your granddaughters,
That's
and
right.
everybody else. So I was very happy to receive that news last May and to provide that to my daughter. So she knows that once she's a mom and God bless her with a baby daughter, she will be fine too.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Lexer? Are you scared of cancer?
Um, no, I'm actually not.
Mm-hmm. And you want to find a cure for cancer?
There is no cure for
Mm-hmm.
cancer. What we can do is kill the younger cells of cancer, because the the first stage of cancer is the easiest to extract.
Early detection.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when the older cells are about to die and newer cells will come from those cells. That's
Mm-hmm.
so easy to kill off, but during stage 4, it will be extremely tricky because you have millions of dying cancer cells and you have hundreds of thousands of new baby cancer cells coming out of nowhere. And that's where it becomes
But
hard.
Josie's telling you if you're interested in making a call, and you have raised those funds.
Yes, I am, but cancer is teaching us things that we've never learned before, like how to appreciate your life and how much time you have with your loved ones, and to study from your own experiences with it and other diseases like it.
Mm-hmm. Now, going back to you, Gabriela, I know you're a busy woman, not only as a wife, as a mother, as an employee, and of course, as an ambassador for FACC. But you are also going to join a pageant for women, right? How do you balance the demands of pageantry, your role as a mother, as a wife, as as an advocate, and what has that experience taught you, and what motivated you to join a beauty pageant for married women?
Okay, so I feel that my life is very interesting. God has given me so many gifts, and wish He allows me to represent the woman that I am, and a giver, and a person that cares more for others than for myself. Um, I do so much behind scenes, and I have done it all my life, and for supporting, embracing, helping not just women, children. Um, it became also with my sister. My sister was a director from a nonprofit for many years, and with that, I was able to provide services to undocumented people, abused children, wives, and so many more examples of what other people live that I don't. So I consider myself a privileged woman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being a privileged woman is not reflecting if your house is big, if you have money, if you have a college degree at the level that nobody else have from a university that you are paying much more than that. I feel like so much of a privilege or a gift that is given to your life, reminiscent in so many other ways that maybe other people don't recognize their gifts that they're being given to them. I am very happy and proud to say that God has allowed me to view and see my gifts. And those gifts are not anything that is monetary. Is everything else that has to be with the satisfaction of being able to give more than money. With that said, people do need support. They need teaching. They need ways, avenues. They need somebody else that tells them what to do. And I learned that just not from immigrants and Hispanic people. I find out that people from here don't know that. So, and that's how my advocacy came when I was 19 years old. So I did that for many years. I helped the abused shelters, abused children. Our family will go to Washington, D.C. and feed the homeless. I mean, we are a very different type of people. We live to give. So with that said, I was able to join your beautiful organization, where I feel so happy to be part of. And the 2 year that you having as an ambassador is not gonna stop the next years that I'm gonna help you as well. But with that, I was chosen as Mrs. Northern Virginia 2024, USA 2024, and I am competing for that in September. And regardless of the results, if it happens, I will be going to Thailand in October. If it doesn't happen, I will have a whole year to represent Northern Virginia, who I am so proud of represent. All the women, kids, children's, little girls. The beauty is just not beauty. Beauty, it doesn't reflect who you are in the outside or how you look, if you're skinny, if you're fat. No, beauty is who you are as a woman and what do you have to give others, starting from a little girls, and make sure that they're gonna have a better future, that they're gonna be successful, that they're gonna be powerful, that they're gonna know how to succeed on their own. And that is part of my advocacy. And with that, it came cancer. So my advocacy kind of like split. We also have encountered a lot of situations and with Lexer, but I'm not, that's for him and his life to share. But yeah, so mental health is something that's really doing a really problematic thing in our society worldwide today, especially in our schools and in our country. So I have experienced that in my house. And I couldn't say no to a beauty pageant, not just because it's a beauty pageant. I don't consider myself beautiful in the outside. I consider myself beautiful in the inside because I'm a person that loves others and they are here to help others. So to me, that's beauty. And with that, I couldn't say no because I can represent Buddhism. I can represent mental health that has touched my home. And I can be a voice for my community. If I start from my community, from the school that my kids go to, I can make a difference in how the people may think moving forward. If I can change one person's mind and make them aware of a change, my job is done. And that's how I couldn't say no to that. So with that, it's very challenging because I'm a professional woman who has a very serious job. And that job, they sometimes 7 days a week. And a mother that care for their kids in their home, and if it is clean, and if there is food in there. I'm a person that cooks every day for my kids, and I love that. So it's just a balance. But yes, I'm working more. My hours are longer. I am tired, but I feel like at the end of the day, God is giving me the strength to be able to complete what I started. And then he will be the boss. He will tell me where to go, and I am here to help and do whatever else he has in my life moving forward.
So, Lexer, your mom is not just a busy woman, but now, she's a beauty queen.
I think beauty is just a figment of the brain. I don't think there is such thing as beautiful as long as you love yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you accept who you are. I mean, then that's you. You accomplish that and you cherish that.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I am so proud when I hear my son saying that. After I was bulimic and anorexic, I was 87 pounds. Through life, I got married, I had kids. And Josie, many people don't know that about me, but I got to a stage in my life where I was very sick. I got some conditions and I got some medications and multiple surgeries. I had 24 surgeries.
24 surgeries.
Yeah, I am a person that have encountered a lot of medical issues. And with that, it was
But you look great.
It was a point of my life where I weighed 267 pounds. So to me, being fat or being skinny doesn't define beauty. Beauty is who you are and how you conduct yourself.
So how did you lose that weight from 267?
When I got better and I got more healthy, I tried multiple diets and everything else. I mean, people, that doesn't work. If you don't put your energy into changing your life and becoming healthy, that's never going to change. You can do a surgery, you can take medicine, you can take pills, you can do whatever to lose weight. That's going to be temporary. You're going to lose the weight for a year or so and then look great for that time. Your commitment to change your life is the power of controlling your mind and your goals and what is that you want to do with your life. I wanted to live more for my children. So I took a decision of caring for me, not for how I look in the outside, for what I go into having a physical and what is my body telling the doctor? What are my results? That's what is important. How are you doing? Do you have cholesterol? Do you have high blood pressure? What do you have that you can control? What is in your controllables, right? So that's how I changed my life, regardless of whatever people said. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
did try everything. That's not the magic. There is no magic remedy to lose weight. It has to be a commitment. It
And
has
a
to be a
discipline.
structure. And it has to be a core of change in your life. And
Mm-hmm.
that goes for many people, especially in the Latin community. There is so much to learn on how we eat.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. What values or principles do you focus on instilling your kids, on instilling in your children, and why are they important to you?
Okay, to me, there's so many things that are important to me, and my core was it was impregnated in me starting from my mother, my grandmother, the role models that I have in my house, my sister being a role model too. To me, for me, I want my kids to be able to be humble, to know who they are, to know where they want to be, to have a dream, to have a purpose in life, to be helpful, to acknowledge people and all of their needs and where they can assist or where they can retrieve themselves. I want them to be able to succeed. Succeed is not always in a title. It's not always in a job. It's succeed as an individual. I want them to be good, to have a core, to know what is good, what is wrong. I want them to be good, to have faith, to have purpose in life. And that has been, I think, the biggest thing for me as a mother, for them to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have, I guess, let me see. We have 7 minutes left on our radio show. And, I'm so glad. I learned a lot. I'm just listening to you and Lexter, but I learned a lot and you inspired me. Lexter, let me ask you this. This is my last question for you. What is something unique or special that your mom does for you? You're thinking.
Or special for her or me?
No,
For me.
yeah, for you.
I think her time commitment on how she's able to accommodate everything that I do.
Mm-hmm. Multitasking.
Yeah. And how she's able to support everyone in the family for
Mm-hmm.
everything she can. And honestly, just how she is with us. Nice and caring. With other people.
She was asking you about the mission, what you have learned from that makes you care or want to be part of a
I think
nonprofit.
mm, honestly, I just want to support my mom in
Mm-hmm.
everything she does.
That's right.
I've already put out what I've wanted to do, and I've asked for her permission once to join the Marines, uh, twice for 5 government agencies, and she said yes to all of them. I've worked with many areas because of her and her friends.
Mm-hmm. She's your inspiration.
Yes.
Okay. Last question for you, Gabby. What advice would you give to other women and mothers who want to make a difference in their communities while pursuing their dreams in life?
And that's a really good question. And I've been asked that before, and there is no perfect answer to that question, Josie. what I always tell my friends, my neighbors, other people, they ask me how you do. I say, you do because you care first, right? So I feel like my legacy, what is my legacy? At the end of the day, I don't want a legacy for the people to talk about. I want a legacy for my children. So they know who their mom were, who was their mom, what did she care for? So they can one day tell that to their children and their children to their children. I feel like people sometimes, we all sometimes have excuses. We're tired. Yes, we all are tired. Life is busy. We all have jobs. But getting involved in your community, it starts with your neighbor. Just say hi, get involved. You never know who needs you. Staying in your job. Just ask. Be friendly, be nice. That doesn't mean that you want to be in everybody's business, right? Because people can get that misconstrued. But it's not about that. It's about being mindful. It's about teaching your kids. It's about going to DC and do a lot of Ziploc bags with bananas, peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You don't have to give money. Go to the dollar store, get toothbrushes, paste, floss, get in a Ziploc bag and go and give that to everybody you see. They are homeless. Just give. Give. That doesn't mean money sometimes.
That's right.
Give time. Give your energy. Give a desire.
Give your smile.
Give your smile. Make other people feel good. Just say you're beautiful. Have a great day. Why do you have to be bitter? Why do you have to say? No, I feel like if you wake up in the morning like me, you could feel bad. You can be sick. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, thank you, Lord. I have another day. I am here. My two hands work, my 2 feet. I can see, I can talk, and I can hear. I'm already blessed. So give whatever you don't have at home that you don't need. Sell it and contribute. Give it away. Do a yard sale. Give the money to our resorts, to cancer care. There's so many that you can contribute. Sometimes it's not thousands. $5 can make a difference in somebody's life. Maybe somebody don't have those $5. So I feel like you can start with like 20 minutes a day, 1 hour a week that you give your community. Get involved, check who is doing something around, and then go from there.
That means that your life is your gift to others, and you're a blessing to others. Now, thank you so much for joining with us. And by the way, Gabby, you have a lot of Filipino friends. Maybe our followers are wondering, oh, she's a Latina? How could it be? She's part of the Filipino American Cancer Care.
I feel like Filipino American Cancer Care is just not Filipino and American.
That's right.
You teach me that by your foundation, you give everyone in the world that needs something, they reach out to you, Josie. And that's what I was giving my remarks about you, how wonderful you are. Because you don't say no. There is no person with no ethnicity or country that can reach out to you and you're not going to say no to them. You're going to say yes, and we're going to help you. So with that said, please help us. Please be part of us. Join us for the cause. If you cannot be present, you can give anything you can. And
your
Josie,
time,
Josie,
volunteer.
If you give monetary, Josie will provide you a little receipt so you can claim it on your taxes. There is so many ways to serve. So please reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. Please learn more about it. If you're curious about it, please reach out to us. Y para mi comunidad latina, por favor, no se sientan que están solos. Habemos montones de personas que entendemos las situaciones y lo que tal vez ustedes están pasando ahora al tener cáncer o que algún miembro de su familia o amistades tienen cáncer. Hay muchas organizaciones en los Estados Unidos en las cuales le pueden ayudar. Yo puedo hablar por la Fundación Filipino-Americana de Cancer Care y les puedo decir que nosotros somos una organización que no es que se va a dejar ningún centavo, no somos como las personas que no les vamos a decir la verdad. Somos una persona que si tenemos $5 para darles, se los vamos a dar. Agradecemos también cualquier contribución, ya sean 5, 10, 100, lo que ustedes puedan dar. Por favor, contáctense con Josie y pueden darle a ella algo. La vez pasada en nuestro evento pudimos recaudar $100,000, los cuales fueron entregados a 100 personas, $1,000 por cada persona que tenía cáncer en el momento en que hicimos el evento. Muchos de ellos ya han muerto. La edad no cuenta. Teníamos un niño de 7 meses y teníamos un anciano de 80. O sea que no importa en la condición o la edad que ustedes tengan. Si ustedes necesitan ayuda, comuníquense con nosotros vía Facebook o Instagram o de la manera en que usted pueda con un mensaje y nosotros trataremos de ayudarles a la causa también con decirles qué locaciones y qué días se pueden dar exámenes en los cuales ustedes pueden ir gratis y un doctor les va a dar el examen. Así que por favor, mi gente, amigos y amigas, si ustedes tienen algo en su cuerpo que sienten que no está bien, por favor, comuníquense con alguien en que les pueda ayudar con eso, porque si el cáncer se detecta en la etapa primera o primaria, ustedes tienen más chances de supervivencia. Así que por favor, ayúdense en ustedes y ayúdenos a poder ayudar a la comunidad. Si ustedes saben de alguien que trabaja con ustedes, algún vecino o lo que sea, también por favor, díganle y acompáñenos en Reston este octubre que viene. Y gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you so much for being with us, Gabby Alvarez and Lexor. Thank you so much to all our followers, sponsors, donors, and our volunteers dito po sa PHLV Radio, on the air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care. Thank you.
Everybody, buenas noches para todos.
The Filipino American Cancer Care has just brought you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.